Either Carmelo Anthony or Phil Jackson needs to get the fuck out of New York. And one of them could stay and one of them could leave, and it would make the Knicks much, much better. Now, Francis, my decision as to why I'm going to choose Carmelo Anthony to stay in New York aside from Phil Jackson is contradictory, and I watched back the clips to make sure I was contradicting myself, because I know as little as 4 months ago, the same said 9 months ago, and the same said 18 months ago. I would say regularly you have to trust Phil Jackson, but now I am sick and tired of Phil's antics. You cannot be half a part of deciding what the team is doing, 25% coaching the team, and also airing all of it out to the press. That's all he does. He called Carmelo Anthony a ball hog. Well, Phil, that's interesting because the two players that led you to championships, and I know I'm going to lose my mind because I'm going to have to defend this in the comments over and over and over again. Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan were two of the biggest ball hogs in NBA history. I get it. They were much better players than Carmelo Anthony. They did make their teams better. But Melo never had a Shaq, a Scottie Pippen. He finally got a Porzingis, and that's where I give Phil Jackson his credit, is he drafted Porzingis, and that was a very good move. But the negatives are starting to outweigh the positives, and I am going insane. So, Phil, get out! Go back to your lover in Jeannie Buss. Marry her. I think they're already married or engaged. Take over the Lakers again. And while you're at it, bring James Dolan with you, because that's the one who's really tanking the Knicks organization no matter what. Although we're 14-10, we're the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference.
Why not both of them go?
No, I mean, because it's an either or, Francis.
I'm just saying. Why not just take them both?
Here's why, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't know if I've ever really said I think Melo should leave. I don't think it would be bad for the Knicks, but I also don't think him leaving is the answer to the Knicks' problems, because they decided to not build around Porzingis. Their decision-making was, we're going to spend money. Derrick Rose had a great game. I get you. They're 14-10. I also get you there. I'm happy about that. I still think he's replaceable. But we signed Brandon Jennings and Courtney Lee, and Courtney Lee was a good signing. But still, we spend all the money instead of, in the offseason, trying to move a Carmelo Anthony and get in draft picks and young talent and then just literally rebuild from the ground up with Porzingis. We didn't do that. We decided to spend the money and try to win now. And if Phil Jackson is going to continuously air out the Knicks' dirty laundry, well, that's just dick. Like, Melo's turning to Kobe Bryant for help. That's a good person to turn to, Melo, because Kobe's got 5 rings. And here's the quote. Something I've learned over the years, especially with Phil, referring to the advice Bryant gave him, Jackson's going to talk. Nobody can stop that, so try not to read into it too much. Anthony declined to share what Jackson said to him Saturday, but characterized it as short and that it would probably come out publicly soon anyway. I'm pretty sure I might be in a book, maybe a couple of books. Just shut up. I don't get it. This is exactly the same New York sports market problem you had with Odell Beckham Jr. and Ben McAdoo and Eli Manning.
It's happening in New York sports in the moment for whatever reason, but it's a prominent reason why it should never be aired out to anyone if there's an internal conflict, especially between star player and owner, especially between quarterback and wide receiver. It's an internal problem. It doesn't do anything ever in the sporting world to voice your own internal conflicts. It is seen as a weakness that your opponent will try to use to the best of their ability. If they can see that there's an internal conflict going on between staff and player, then they're going to use that. They're going to use that as motivation. They're going to get confident. They're going to try their best to cause a reaction and get in that player's head. It's just stupidity. But at the same time, it is a monster that is being created by the sports market in this country. You guys thrive off of every tiny little bit of news. LeBron, did you just sneeze in the direction of the Cleveland Cavaliers jersey instead of the Miami Heat jersey? He wants out. He's done. So what it does is it just creates this constant narrative, this questioning every single time. What's going on? What's happening? Is there something new? Is there going? Phil Jackson, what's going on?
Why we get rid of Phil?
So he's just a talker. He likes the camera being on him. This is a guy that is a legend in the game that everyone knows who Phil Jackson is.
11 rings.
It's
11.
It's ridiculous, but he doesn't want to let go of that control. Whereas he should actually either let go of it completely or take over it completely.
Right. That's part of the point, though. If you're going, so that was like one of the things I've said before is you have to trust Phil, but he can't do this half and half, and he does this half and half. I get it. I'm gonna opt to keep the guy who has 0 rings over the one who has 11, but I think Melo's gonna be a Knick for life, and I think that you have to accept.
But what age is Carmelo? Is he not like 32 right now?
32. I think he's still gonna be a Knick for life. I
For
think
2 years?
I think he's gonna retire in a Knicks jersey, unless CP3 and Wade bring him to the Bulls next year.
Banana boat team?
Team Banana
Team
Boat?
Banana
No
Boat
LeBron,
in
though.
Chicago?
It would
No,
be
he
all of
won't. He won't
LeBron's
move.
friends. Or do you think, very big tangent,
No.
do you think
No.
if they all played on the same team, LeBron
No.
would be like, I'm sorry, Cleveland.
I'm going home to the banana
But
boat.
Mom, my friends are in Chicago.
I think that would be a ridiculous
Here's my
move.
solution. Phil, go to Chicago. It's on the way to LA. You can pit stop and, make and air out all of Dwayne Wade's dirty laundry too.
Yeah.
Then go back to Los Angeles. You already have someone to air out in D'Angelo Russell, who snitched on Nick Young.
Snapchat.
Imagine
snitching?
if Phil had Snapchat.
Oh my God. No, but
He'd be like sending snaps of his own players, being like, look at this ball hog named Kobe. I'm sorry. Carmelo Anthony. Again, the biggest point here is I'm completely aware that Carmelo Anthony is not Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. It's just ironic that he calls Melo a ball hog when Kobe was a ball hog, literally. And Michael Jordan, as a scoring shooting guard, and part of his role was to be a ball hog. So if you want this whole triangle thing to work, which every team uses parts of the triangle offense, I know. Coach Nick taught me a lot, I know. But he's got to be a little bit of a ball hog. And what's amazing is during their win streak, he was going off for points being a ball hog. So keep Melo, get rid of Phil.
But if you're a ball hog and you're winning, though, you're not going to be called a ball hog.
Yeah, you're called a scoring
Yeah, but if you're a ball hog and you haven't won the way New York haven't won under the guidance of Carmelo Anthony, do you not deserve to be called it? Even though it shouldn't be from your higher up.
You should definitely be called a ball hog. It's just ironic that Phil's calling him a ball hog.
Maybe he's just upset because these ball hogs in his past have hogged the ball to a championship, and he maybe expected more from Carmelo Anthony.
I expect more to Carmelo Anthony. I expect Phil Jackson to stop being mean girls and writing things in his burn book.
I say get rid of them both.
Yeah, that's fine too, but I can't believe I'm saying keep Melo. I think I just feel bad for Melo.
Don't feel bad for
But maybe when he's like 38 and the team's
wipe his tears
rebuilt,
away
we can
with
win a
20 bills.
championship and he'll have like a ring at 38 years old. And then the biggest argument will be like, does Melo's ring
He's
count?
the most valuable U.S. men's basketball player there's ever been.
He's
So there you
one
go.
of the greatest New York Olympians in U.S. basketball terms. He's one of the greatest college basketball players of all time. His NBA career is overrated. His basketball career is glorious.
There you go. Nice way to sum it up. Bye-bye,
Genie's
Phil.
waiting for you here.
Ruben's coming for you. Phil Jackson.
Remember
Jason
the book?
Rubin.
Oh no, I had some problems with Phil. I got
threw
the
the book, yeah.
book. I'm as flip-floppy as Phil is when it comes to my decisions about Phil Jackson.
I made a statement on a video recently. It's flip-floppy is my Barnett in the rain, and people didn't understand
I don't know what a Barnett is.
It's my hair. Barnett's hair.
I
Hair
think
Barnett.
of Bayonet and then Battlefield 1. Comment below, like, favorite, subscribe. What do they do with the Knicks? What do they do with Phil? What do you do with Melo? What do you do with Francis Barnett?